What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Idaho Rifleman. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to start a series of For the Ladies videos, and we're going to bring Mrs. Rifleman in to talk about her experiences with concealed carry. You've been concealed carrying for almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
So, do something a little different with this video, and we'll go ahead and get started here. One of the biggest pieces of, I don't know if I want to call it misinformation, but one of the biggest struggles that I hear from ladies getting into carrying concealed carry is being told, you need one of these. By the way, every firearm we showed you here has been checked, cleared, confirmed empty multiple times by both of us. Mm-hmm. So, but this right here, this is all you need to carry. It's a full-sized 9mm. It carries, what is this, a 13 round? A 13 round mag. This is all you need right here. And to that, you say what?
Oh, well, where am I going to put that? I can't effectively conceal carry this. I mean, it covers like half my body. It's too big, it's too thick, it's too clunky. I cannot effectively conceal carry this on my person. So, wrong.
So, with that starting out spicy here, you have a philosophy as far as carry goes. What is your philosophy when it comes to concealed carry?
Yes, I do. I like to reverse engineer it. So you start out by going, what type of body type do I have? What's my lifestyle like? What holster would work and be the most effective for how my life works? And then from there you find a gun that will fit that holster, because not every holster is made for every kind of gun. And I guarantee you, pick a brand, they'll probably have a good concealed carry gun for you. There's so many options. So you're not limited that way. So, but you are limited for holsters. So start there. Find a good holster that works for you, that works for your body, except the most important thing, and that's comfortable. Except it's not comfortable, you won't wear it, you won't carry it, and then you might as well not have a gun.
Yeah. So, if you were to try to conceal carry this, what would you think that you would probably do with that?
The only way that I could carry that concealed would probably be in a purse, because it's too big to actually be on my body, and concealed carry purses are the most kind of pushed method of carry on women. It's what I'll find at probably any sporting goods store, is they'll have all kinds of holsters for men, next to nothing for women, but there might be a couple purses, and I mean, it is beautiful. And it's got the nice little pocket on the back right here. No. Just know there is a time and a place for these. They have value. There are uses for them. But this is not a good method of carry all the time. Whenever you start carrying a gun, you think of it as, this is a way to protect me and my family, but the burden that goes with that is you have to always be thinking, how can I protect my gun from ending up in the wrong hands, whether that be someone trying to steal your gun from you, trying to steal your purse from you, because this can be stolen from you. You can be separated from your purse. Or you can leave it somewhere, or whatever. Or the most tragic thing is little Johnny can be rifling through your purse, looking for your phone or candy or whatever, find your gun, and a tragic accident can happen, and that's the season of life we're in. We have young children, so we have to be thinking about how can we keep them safe, while we're concealed carrying, and this is not a good way to do that. Yeah. So there is a place for it, but it's the exception, not the rule.
And that actually did happen here in northern Idaho. There was a Walmart that, and I won't get into too much details about it because it's a very tragic occurrence that happened, and I don't know all of the details, but essentially what happened is a young mother was shopping with her kids, and from the sounds of it, she set her purse down or otherwise managed to get separated from her purse, and her young child got into the purse, found her firearm, and managed to discharge it, killing her. So, I mean, here in North Idaho that happened. Like we have an actual instance of that happening. So very, very tragic, changing lives forever right there. So yeah, very strong case for not carrying off your body on top of everything else. But you have a preferred method of holster that you have found to use for concealed carry and a firearm to go with that.
Yes, I do. So my preferred method of carry is called the Flashbang Holster. It's a bra holster. It looks like this. It's very, very small. This little strap goes around the little center band of the bra and just kind of tucks up in the cups a little bit. It's very easy, small, compact, and it worked with the clothing that I had, so I didn't have to completely change my wardrobe, because who can afford to completely change their wardrobe to accommodate a gun? It's very expensive. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. It's very slim profile. I mean, you can't tell that I'm carrying right now, but I am. It's right there. In fact, would you like me to draw?
Go for it.
All right, I'm not loaded. We already double checked that. All right, so you just reach under the shirt, grab up, pull down. There we go. We got the firearm. Obviously I did it slow. It's a very fast draw. Doesn't catch on anything. It's very smooth, which is very important. If you're in a situation where you have to draw, you need it to be fast. So every second counts. And then what I'm carrying right now is the Ruger LCP. And great little gun. It's a little 380. And some people would say it's too small.
You actually received that advice before, haven't you?
I did, from someone in law enforcement. I was telling him that I was buying a gun. He's like, "What you getting?" And so I told him, and he's like, "Oh, that's just going to tick someone off. That's not going to do anything." To which I replied, "A bullet hole is a bullet hole. It's stopping power. It might not have as much stopping power as this, but it's still stopping power, and it's something that I can carry. So it's what works for me. And if I can't carry that and don't have it on me, then it doesn't matter how much stopping power I own. It can't stop anyone in the gun safe." So yeah.
So would you show actually real quick with this one? So you have the one that's on you, and then we have this one as well to show. Just show how that actually fits in there. And we did actually do a photo shoot, just to keep from having to do wardrobe changes and cycling through showing these different firearms. So we'll drop those photos in here, but if you could just show everybody real quick how that fits in there.
Sure, it's just a little clamshell style, so it just slides up in there. Yeah, just like that. It's got great retention. I have done all kinds of different activities and worked on a farm and done all kinds of things with this. Never had any issues. Probably shouldn't jump on a trampoline with it, but I've also that's the only thing I wouldn't recommend. But there's been times that I've had to jump up to close the hatchback on a SUV or something, and it held just fine.
That being said, the height similarities here is fabricated. Mrs. Rifleman here is standing on a stool because we couldn't adjust the camera to not cut off my head and, actually still show most of her core for talking about this video. You're 5'5". I'm 6'1", almost 6'2".
Yeah.
So just a slight height difference there.
Just a little bit.
So we're not actually the same height. But that plays into it, height and stature and everything else. I'm going to say too, this is our third time trying to shoot this. The first time I talked way too much and turned it into a mansplaining video. The second time I forgot to focus the camera, and now here we are on number 3. So there may be some continuity issues with some of these shots.
Third time's the charm, right?
Third time's the charm. So we'll go ahead and drop in the pictures here for the flashbang, showing what it looks like on body. And then we'll talk about the Kimber Micro 9. We don't actually have the Kimber Micro 9 with us right now, but I will drop in the photograph here and the little video clip from the first video talking about the Kimber Micro 9, because it is actually a very nice, nicely sized handgun. It's in the middle between the LCP and like a Shield 9mm. Nice in between size there. May still not be the most ideal, but I'll drop that clip in right here. This is a Kimber Micro 9 that we got to demo for this video. So is that something that you could potentially see yourself carrying in a more modified type of holster that's set up in the Flashbang? That's a lot of weight just to be carrying right in your chest there.
That's a lot of weight. It's the bra that's holding the weight. So that's a lot of weight pulling down on your bra. It's going to warp a bra. I couldn't carry this very well with this method of carry. And it's just big enough that it's going to be pretty bulky if it's on my body, whether it be in the waistband or, behind. So it would not be my top choice because I can't carry effectively and truly be a concealed carry. Open carry all day long, this would work great.
So with this, of the holsters we have out here, this, pro tip, is not the holster that you want to get started in and rely on to retain your firearm. This is a Black Hawk inside the waistband holster. This is a very, very inexpensive holster. It might be very appealing for that reason, but when you secure a firearm into it, like so, this one, it's not meant for this pistol, obviously. There's a lot of slop here, but would not be a go-to choice for this, but you could potentially carry this in a 45, and we can actually drop that picture in right here. So moving on to our next firearm, let's talk about the Shield. So, what would you say about trying to conceal this firearm?
It's still too big. It's very big. It still takes up almost half my body still. It is a slimmer profile than the full frame, but it's not something that's gonna work for me in my size. It's probably not gonna work for most women without having to wear a tint.
So the holster we have for this is it's an appendix style holster. This is actually an Alien Gear Shapeshift core carry pack. This is part of that. This is like I said, the appendix style of that. We're going to drop a photograph in right here showing what this looks like on body and trying to conceal that. It's not ideal. It can be done. If you prefer baggier clothing, looser fitting, but form fitting, it just really wouldn't work. So we'll drop that photograph in here and show you what that looks like. So let's talk about another issue that's out there, and maybe not even an issue. It's a mindset. It's an older mindset where if you're going to carry, you have no business carrying anything other than a revolver. And a revolver being there's fewer moving parts, it's always going to fire, it doesn't jam, so on and so forth, and etc. This is a 38 special 2-inch barrel. What would you say at trying to conceal that?
I can't, and it's very heavy. When I was first thinking about concealed carrying, I was thinking about trying to do a revolver, and the handle is so thick that even my preferred method, the handle's going to show. In a waistband, the handle's going to show. I've seen men who can conceal carry beautifully not be able to do a very good job of concealed carrying this, because it's so big. Revolvers are great. I love them, but they're more of an open carry gun than for concealed carry.
Yeah. So we do have, this is an inside the waistband. It's a sticky holster. The only retention into your waistband for this is the texture on the holster. But we'll go ahead and drop a photograph in here real quick, just showing Mrs. Rifleman actually trying to conceal this. You did make it work. Kind of. You were able to tuck it a little bit into the waistband and hide it a little bit, but not at all ideal.
Not ideal, and it's not particularly comfortable. I did actually really like this holster. Very nice holster. Yeah, I could probably, this setup with my little 380 would work great, and I could do it so easy. But yeah, this is still pretty big.
So there's some other options here that we can talk about. If you were, say, instead of wearing jeans, we've shown in the photographs that you were wearing jeans. What if you were wearing leggings?
If I'm wearing leggings, like say I'm going out for a run or a jog, I have this little sport holster. Love this little guy. It's pretty much akin to like a fanny pack. It's just a bit more streamlined. It's great when I'm carrying in this. I will use a bigger gun because if I'm out running, we've got like bear in this area, so I do want something a little bit heavier duty. But yeah, something like this works. I can even carry appendix style tucked into my jeans with this. And we had some pictures showing that. We can put those here. And then they also have compression style leggings, compression holster leggings, compression holster shorts. They've got compression holster shirts and tanks. There's all kinds of options. We don't have those with us today. I tried the shirts. They didn't really work for me, but they might work for someone else. I was thinking someone like wearing a suit coat, like in more of a business environment, that probably would work out pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. A blazer or cardigan style.
Yeah, that probably would work. But yeah, for more of a sporty type setting, that's what I would use.
Cool. So for dresses, skirts, maybe you're going to church, work attire, even funerals, what have you. What are your options for carrying with a dress or a skirt?
My favorite would be a thigh holster. They've got all different types of looks, makes, models, whatever. I have a lace one that I bought on Etsy, eBay, Amazon. They're just the places to go for holsters. And that works really well. It's made really well. It's got the ability to be worn either inside the thigh, outside the thigh. It can kind of, it's pretty versatile. We took some pictures of me modeling that in a dress and what it looked like, and we could put those here.
So with that as well, you also have the ability to store a mag and have retention with that as well, a retention strap. So that's pretty neat setup there. And do you find it comfortable?
It is pretty comfortable. Depending on how I wear it, sometimes it can print pretty good. Especially I prefer to wear out on the outer thigh, and so if I'm sitting down, it is more noticeable. So if I have like a jacket, I'll lay it over my lap to cover it up. But someone who maybe wears it on the inside of the thigh, you probably wouldn't even see it.
Yeah. So definitely some options out there.
Yeah.
The only way you're really going to get stuck in what you're carrying is if you got talked into buying one of these and carrying this. This is going to really limit your abilities, and to the point where you may not even want to carry. So, Mrs. Rifleman, for this video, I know back when you first started concealed carrying, like almost 10 years ago, there really weren't a lot of options out there. There wasn't a lot of resources. There weren't a lot of videos that you could go and watch. And we talked about that. You know, this is one of the main reasons behind making this video is it's something that you wish you could have gone and seen, just some tips and tricks.
Yeah.
So what are the takeaways? What are the big key points that you would want women to remember getting into this? Because, I mean, last year, over 40% of gun purchases were first-time female gun buyers.
Yeah, and let's take a minute to say, yeah, that's awesome. That is so great.
That's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So what are your takeaways for this? What are the bullet points for summary?
The bullet points, well, let's reiterate. Start with your holster. Find a holster that works for your body, for your lifestyle, then get a gun that goes with it. That is the biggest thing. It will it'll change your world. We're doing it that way. You don't need to buy every holster out there known to man. You're actually better if you just get a select few that work for you. I think I own 4. I use 2 mostly. And if you're switching from one holster to another, practice your draw a few times. You have to exercise your brain and kind of get in that headspace where you're like, okay, now I'm carrying here. This is where my gun is. Because if you're so used to, like, say, me carrying flashbang, if I'm in a situation, it's really easy to just naturally be going for that when it's like, wait, I'm in a dress. My gun's down here, and I'm reaching here. And that costs you seconds, and seconds are precious. That could cost you your life. So run through drawing a few times anytime you have to change a holster. And, yeah, I think that's all I got.
Yeah, definitely some good tips there, good things to think about. So hopefully you guys have all enjoyed this video, found it informative. Hopefully it reaches the people that need to hear this. Maybe you have questions getting into concealed carry and you're looking for a video like this. If not, then there are a lot of other, and something you didn't have. There's a lot more videos and resources out there now.
Yeah, there was nothing 10 years ago. Women were just kind of starting to concealed carry, and they were just getting some holsters out on the market for women. There's so much more now, and that's so encouraging to me that they're finally meeting that need, and women are getting the education that they need in order to conceal carry effectively and safely, because that's very important.
It is. It absolutely is. Let us know what you thought of this video. If you think it's beneficial and informative, something you'd like to see us keep doing. We do have another video lined up that we'll be doing, and it's an ammunition comparison. Hornady actually made some of their critical defense ammunition marketed to women. It's Hornady Critical Defense Light. It's even in a pretty pink package.
Oh, yes.
So be looking for that video. We're going to compare it. Again, it's Hornady Critical Defense. I've got some in .380, I've got some in 9mm, and then we'll compare those two rounds with the 9mm light and see if there's any kind of a noticeable difference. Mm-hmm. So be looking out for that. We'll shoot it into some ballistic gel and compare it. Mm-hmm. But be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, anybody that you can think of that may need to see a video like this. Be sure to check out Idaho Rifleman on Facebook and Instagram as well. As always, I hope you guys all have a great week. Take care, stay safe, and God bless. We'll see you next time here on Idaho Rifleman.
Bye now.